right, here's where we begin. I'm Leah.
And I'm Garrett.
Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett, here in Portland.
Okay, so here's where we start. First up, Oregon faces backlash after dismantling a decade-old houseless community.
Yeah, it's about the Sandy River Delta community. It was home to over 30 unhoused folks for almost a decade. The state lands department decided to dismantle it, citing environmental concerns.
That's right, and like the sweep displaced the residents, now they're facing even more instability in Multnomah County. They'd actually kept the area pretty maintained and even proposed a cooperative stewardship plan to the state,
Which the state rejected, arguing the land wasn't suitable for habitation. But get this, their trash service was cut 6 weeks before an initial sweep attempt in June. That's so wild.
Yeah, honestly, it's a real concern about systemic failures in addressing homelessness. We need more stable solutions.
Totally. Okay, let's move on. Next up, Oregon AG warns federal officers to follow state laws or face prosecution.
Oregon's Attorney General, Dan Rayfield, sent a pretty stern warning to federal officers. He's telling them to cut back on the excessive use of force during protests and immigration enforcement.
Yeah, and he co-signed a letter with district attorneys from Multnomah, Clackamas, and Washington counties to the U.S. DOJ. They highlighted incidents of excessive force, even against minors. Can you believe that's even a thing?
The letter makes it clear federal officers have to follow state laws, and violations won't be taken lightly.
I'm all about that perspective. It's crucial for accountability. But prosecuting anonymous officers is tough.
All right, let's roll on. Next up, Oregon leads legal charge against USDA for cutting refugee food benefits.
Oregon, along with 21 other states, is suing the USDA over their recent guidance that removed SNAP benefits from legal residents, including refugees. The lawsuit argues this guidance is unlawful.
And they're seeking a preliminary injunction to stop the implementation. It's a big deal because the guidance ignores legal exceptions under PROWORA. That's the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act.
Exactly. They're trying to prevent the financial burden on states like New York, which could face up to $1.2 billion in extra costs if this stands.
That's worth exploring. This federal policy change could really hurt states financially.
All right, on to the next. Portland Starbucks workers dig in. The strike over contracts and wages continues.
Yeah, unionized Starbucks workers in Portland are on strike. It's part of a larger movement nationwide with about 2,000 workers participating.
And it's all happening during Starbucks' busy Red Cup Day. They're demanding better wages and fair labor practices, but Starbucks management is claiming minimal disruption.
Starbucks Workers United, or SBWU, has been around for a while. They started with a unionization vote in Buffalo, New York, and now represent over 500 stores across the U.S.
Let's shed some light on this. The timing of the strike is strategic, and Starbucks' alleged union-busting tactics are a real concern.
All right, let's switch it up. Last up, Oregon to feds, rein in your officers or we'll prosecute.
There's ongoing tension between state and federal authorities over protests and immigration enforcement. We've seen incidents of federal agents deploying CS gas, even impacting local police.
The challenge really is prosecuting due to the anonymity during federal operations. But transparency and cooperation between state and federal authorities are key.
And that's where we'll leave it for now. That's all for today from Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett in Portland. Have a great day and join us again tomorrow.